The Ghana Medical Association has called on government to immediately fix challenges facing pharmaceutical manufacturers, importers and wholesalers association of Ghana to prevent their total return to the cash and carry system. The association halted credit deals with the regional medical stores over the continued depreciation of the city. They cited high exchange rates, payment terms, inflation, interest rate, fuel prices, utility cost and reversal of benchmark values as having devastating impacts on their business. The cash and carry system make it compulsory for individuals and facilities seeking medication to pay before receiving them to recover operational cost. But the GMA says the development will collapse the health sector. General Secretary of Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Titus Dayu, joins me via Zoom for a conversation on this. Good evening to you, sir, and welcome to this night. Now, what exactly do you want government to do for you?
Well, good evening and good evening to your viewers. It's not what government should do for me or for the GMA, but for the health of the nation. Because the position of the Pharmaceutical Importers, Producers and Manufacturers Association, what they are suggesting that they will be doing will have a devastating effect on our health and the health of everybody in this country. Let's not take this lightly. At this moment, they are saying that cash and carry, no credit to the facilities and anybody who buys drugs from them on wholesale. What that means is that the facilities, private and public, cannot also give the drugs to you on credit. And how do we give the drugs to patients on credit? We give the drugs to patients on credit when they come with the various insurances, either health, the public national health insurance or the various private health insurances. Each of these, when a patient presents to a public or private facility with these insurance, they are treated, served medications, and the insurance will pay sometimes 3 months, 6 months, 9 months later. Now, if the hospital cannot get the drugs on credit and has to pay upfront, it means that this has to be passed on to the patients to pay upfront. Then the essence of all our health insurance system is lost. It's the reason why we are saying government needs to quickly see how they can find innovative ways to prevent collapse of the health insurance system. Because access to health care is going to be threatened seriously.
Now,
if this is carried through.
You are calling on government to act. Are there any recommendations you want to tell government?
Well, the first thing is that I think the Manufacturers Association themselves made some recommendations which look very plausible, which I think government can consider. Because we are having a global economic situation, the country is going through some economic difficulty. But can government sit down and look at what can we do to protect some vital sectors of the economy? And one of them is health. How can we make sure that we continue to have availability of essential medicines? Because if this goes on, it means that you will need medications and you will not be able to get them because the pharmacies, the hospitals are not able to pay upfront for these medications. So government can look at some incentive packages, some ring fencing of finances for these manufacturers and producers or importers of these pharmaceutical products, arrange some bank facilities to help to continue to maintain the flow of medications. The health insurance itself must also come in, the NHIA, if they can pay claims promptly, because if you are still owing someone for 6 months, and look at the depreciation of the city, if you served a medication that was worth 10 cedis in January or March, and you are going to be paid 10 cedis now, what can that 10 cedis buy relative to what it was in January? If you think about the fact that these importers, you have to convert this money back to foreign currency and then import their product. Even those who are manufacturing additives and other products needed for the manufacturing are all imported. So inevitably, they have to convert these monies back into dollars to import. So you can see the difficulty in which they are in. But let's look at the end user part. If you don't fix this, within a few weeks, you are going to have these challenges where patients cannot get essential medications. So I am pleading with government, sit with this group, find innovative ways of financing, and see that this is a critical sector of the country, that we cannot allow what is happening in the global economic situation just to go through the same way.
And as you term it as critical, are there plans of meeting government to ensure that this issue is dealt with?
Well, since they made their announcement, we are yet to find out whether they are having sessions with government. But as stakeholders in the healthcare in this country, and who work closely with the pharmacists and with all other cadre of healthcare workers, we need to speak up, because we are having global challenges, we are having economic challenges, but our health should not fail. That will pose a huge security threat to all of us. And it's the reason why we are bringing these suggestions that government should quickly look at what they have said. Because if it is carried through, it is not what the GMA is saying, it is not what the pharmacists are saying, it is what is going to happen, which is that people cannot get essential medicines. If for nothing, people should remain healthy, people should still have access to drugs and good food so that they can be productive. And it is our collective productivity that can take us out of this economic situation we find ourselves in. So if we allow the health sector to collapse because of such a policy that they are proposing, I don't think it will help this nation.
Right. Dr. Titus Bayo is the General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, and he was on tonight to tell us about what they intend to do in conversation with government to ensure that all these problems concerning the payment, cash to be paid for medical things to be given, be done. We'll bring him on that later. But away from that, for